Naya, a 29-year-old woman, stood at a crossroads, staring at the dust of her small African village. Life was a relentless cycle of hardship. Her father, a fisherman with hands worn by the sea, and her mother, a roadside fish seller, struggled to feed their 8 children. Naya was the second born, and she had just finished secondary school, a feat her father had sacrificed immensely for. But one evening, he pulled her aside, his voice heavy with regret. "My daughter," he said, "I have nothing left to send you to university. You must find your own way now." The words shattered her world. Tears streamed down her face as she watched her dreams dissolve into the village dust. She tried helping her mother sell fish, but the coins they earned were never enough. Days blurred into a haze of smoke, fish scales, and gnawing hunger. Then one afternoon, a vision of glamour appeared. It was her old school friend, Suzy, dressed in designer clothes, with flawless makeup and a cascade of rich human hair. Suzy looked like she belonged to a different world. Naya stared, astonished. Suzy wasn't from a wealthy family either. "Suzy, how?" Naya whispered, her eyes wide with a mix of envy and hope. Suzy smiled, a knowing, secretive smile. "Naya, are you ready to leave all this behind?" she asked, gesturing to the poverty around them. Naya's reply was instant. "Of course. My life is wasting away here. I'm not getting any younger." Suzy promised to take Naya to the city and show her the way to wealth. The next day, with a small bag and a heart full of nervous excitement, Naya left her village behind. The city was a dazzling, chaotic symphony of lights and sounds. Suzy's apartment was a 2-bedroom, beautifully furnished duplex. Naya was speechless. It was here, surrounded by a luxury she couldn't have imagined, that Suzy revealed her secret. "I sleep with men for money," she said bluntly. "This is how I afford my life. Are you ready to join me?" Naya's mind reeled. She had left her home, with no money to return. Go back to what? The same poverty. The same hopelessness. She felt trapped. With a heavy heart, she made her choice. She would join her friend. Suzy became her mentor, teaching her how to dress, how to walk, how to attract the right kind of attention. She lent Naya clothes and hair extensions, transforming her from a simple village girl into a city siren. That night, they went to a high-end lounge. Positioned at the bar, sipping drinks they could barely afford, Naya felt a knot of fear in her stomach. It didn't take long. A man in his mid-50s, an Alhaji, approached her. He smelled of expensive cologne and power. He complimented her, bought her drinks, and they talked and laughed for half an hour. Then, he leaned in and said he wanted her to come back to his hotel. Looking at his fancy car and the way money flowed from his wallet, Naya thought, maybe he was her destiny helper. She followed him. The night was a blur of pain and endurance. She focused on the reward she hoped would come. The next morning, the Alhaji handed her a stack of cash so large it made her gasp. She quickly calculated that it would take her parents years of back-breaking work to earn this much. That single transaction was a powerful motivator. There was no going back now. She was in the business. Naya quickly surpassed even Suzy. She got her own lavish apartment, started a small business for the daytime, and on the nights, she traveled, met different men, and her bank account grew. On the surface, she had everything. But deep down, a void of unhappiness grew wider each day. She sometimes cried, wishing she could stop, but the lure of easy money was too strong. One day, she was introduced to a billionaire. He offered her $2 million for an entire weekend with him, with one condition: no protection. The amount was staggering. Naya, blinded by the figures, agreed. After the weekend, he paid her as promised, and she left. She sent a large sum of money to her mother, lying that she had landed a fantastic job in the city. Her mother called, overjoyed, praying for her successful daughter. 2 months later, Naya started feeling sick, a gnawing ache in her stomach, weakness, and a missed period. A visit to the hospital revealed nothing, but her condition worsened. She lost weight and grew Weaker by the day, panicked, she went to a larger, more reputable hospital for another round of tests. A few hours after returning home, the hospital called. The doctor needed to see her urgently. Fear gripped her. In the doctor's sterile office, the words hit her like a physical blow. "You're HIV positive." NAYA'S world collapsed. Sobs wrecked her body as she thought of her family, of the life she had ruined. She ran to Suzy, desperate for comfort, but her friend was cold. "You were careless," Suzy said dismissively. "Sort yourself out." Depression consumed Naya. The billionaire was gone, vanished without a trace. Her so-called friends abandoned her. Soon, her money ran out, and she couldn't afford her medication. With nothing left, she dragged her broken body back to her village. She was home, but she was a stranger. The vibrant girl who had left was gone, replaced by a frail, defeated woman. She was back in the same poverty, but this time, with a failing body and a shattered spirit. Her health deteriorated rapidly. Finally, in her last days, with her mother by her side, Naya confessed everything. She told her mother the real story of her life in the city before she passed away. Naya's story is a tragic reminder that the quickest path to wealth is often the most dangerous. There are no real shortcuts in life. The pursuit of easy money can lead to irreversible consequences, costing you your health, your peace, and ultimately, your life. True success is built on hard work, patience, and integrity. Don't let desperation or the desire for a glamorous life lead you down a path of self-destruct. And if you are struggling, please know that you are not alone. There are people who want to help. Your health, both mental and physical, is your most valuable asset. Protect it. Thank you for watching. For more stories like this, please like, share, and subscribe to Seach Tales. Follow us for new content every week.